A car bomb, lorry bomb, or truck bomb, also known as a vehicle-borne improvised explosive device, is an improvised explosive device designed to be detonated in an automobile or other vehicles. Car bombs can be roughly divided into two main categories. Those used primarily to kill the occupants of the vehicle. It is commonly used as a weapon of terrorism or guerrilla warfare to kill people near the blast site or to damage buildings or other property. Car bombs act as their own delivery mechanisms and can carry a relatively large amount of explosives without attracting suspicion. In larger vehicles and trucks, weights of around 7,000 pounds or more have been used. For example, in the Oklahoma City bombing, car bombs are activated in a variety of ways, including opening the vehicle's doors, starting the engine, depressing the accelerator or brake pedals, or simply lighting a fuse or setting a timing device. The gasoline in the vehicle's fuel tank may make the explosion of the bomb more powerful by dispersing and igniting the fuel. Car bombs are effective weapons as they are an easy way to transport a large amount of explosives to the intended target. A car bomb also produces copious shrapnel, or flying debris, and secondary damage to bystanders and buildings. In recent years, car bombs have become widely used by suicide bombers. Defending against a car bomb involves keeping vehicles at a distance from vulnerable targets by using roadblocks and checkpoints, jersey barriers, concrete blocks or bollards, metal barriers, or by hardening buildings to withstand an explosion. The entrance to Downing Street in London has been closed since 1991 in reaction to the Provisional Irish Republican Army campaign, preventing the general public from getting near Number 10, where major public roads pass near buildings. Road closures may be the only option. Historically, these tactics have encouraged potential bombers to target soft or unprotected targets, such as markets. In the Syrian civil war and Iraq, the car bomb concept was modified so that it could be driven and detonated by a driver, but armored to withstand incoming fire. The vehicle would be driven to its target area, in a similar fashion to a kamikaze plane of WW2. These were known by the acronym SVBIED or VBIEDs. This saw generally civilian cars with armor plating added, that would protect the car for as long as possible, so that it could reach its intended target. Cars were sometimes driven into enemy troop areas, or into incoming enemy columns. Most often, the SVIEDs were used by ISIL against government forces, but also used by Syrian rebels against government troops. The vehicles have become more sophisticated, with armor plating on the vehicle, protected vision slits, armor plating over the wheels so they would withstand being shot at, and also in some cases, additional metal grating over the front of the vehicle designed to activate rocket-propelled grenades before hitting the actual surface of the vehicle. In some cases, trucks were also used, as well as cars. They were sometimes used to start an assault. Generally, the vehicles had a large space that would contain very heavy explosives. In some cases, animal-drawn carts with improvised explosive devices have been used, generally either mules or horses. Tactically, a single vehicle may be used, or an initial breakthrough vehicle, then followed by another vehicle. While many car bombs are disguised as ordinary vehicles, some that are used against military forces have improvised vehicle armor attached to prevent the driver from being shot when attacking a fortified outpost. Car bombs are preceded by the 16th century hellburners, explosive-laden ships which were used to deadly effect by the besieged Dutch forces in Antwerp against the besieging Spanish, though using a less refined technology. The basic principle of the hellburner is similar to that of the car bomb. The first reported suicide car bombing was the Bath School bombings of 1927, where 45 people, including the bomber, were killed and half of a school was blown up. Mass casualty car bombing, and especially suicide car bombing, is currently a predominantly Middle Eastern phenomenon. The tactic was first introduced to the region by the Zionist paramilitary organization Lehi, who used it extensively against Palestinian and British civilian and military targets. It was subsequently taken up by Palestinian militants as well. The tactic was used in the Lebanese civil war by the Shia militia group Hezbollah. A notable suicide car bombing was the 1983 Beirut barracks bombing, when two simultaneous attacks killed 241 U.S. Marines and 58 French military personnel. The perpetrator of these attacks has never been positively confirmed. In the Lebanese Civil War, an estimated 3,641 car bombs were detonated. While not an adaptation of a people-carrying vehicle, the WW2 German Goliath remote control mine shares many parallels with a vehicle-based IED. It approach